Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bright Burn YouTube Academy, where we dig deeper, dream bigger, and burn brighter. As you know, we are doing a series called What You Can and Can't Control. And so, hold on, let me fix that. Your risk. See how quickly I fixed that? That's technology, people. That is technology. I'm wearing my hat today because I was watching The Godfather. The Godfather looks like my grandpa did before he died. And to honor both that movie, Marlon Brando, and my grandpa, I'm wearing the hat today. So there's that. We're on a series, What You Can and Can't Control. And what you can and can't control is what you risk. Let me put that better. Let's go back. Let's write that right. What you risk. What you risk. Better is in your control. So, but we're really talking about the lack of risk. And this is for entrepreneurs, people who, this whole playlist on my YouTube channel is for people who have to be self-starters and self-finishers. They have to finish what they start. They're the only people that are going to motivate themselves. They're the only people who are going to push them. And they have to take calculated risks about doing their own thing. And it is in your control to take those risks, or the lack thereof. But if you're unwilling to take risk, and this is what I really want to talk about, if you're unwilling to take risks, you're better, and I'm not saying this to be a jerk, you're better off getting a 9-to-5 job, because it takes risk, it takes sacrifice to do something. Look at, I've had to have a job for a long time. I am happily unemployable. It sort of forces my hand to hustle. And I've been hustling, people who know me, for the last 10 years, I hustle for my paycheck, for my bills every month. And I'm glad to do it because there's certain freedoms. But I take a risk and I make a sacrifice for that. And it's not for everybody. And there's nothing wrong with taking a paycheck. Nothing wrong. I do see the value in that. And there is value in supporting your lifestyle and supporting your family and supporting how you want to live. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the dark, when you ask yourself, I deserve better, well, you deserve what you risk. If you're unwilling to risk, then you don't really deserve it. You only get what you work for. And especially if you're going to be your own boss and write your own ship and write your own book, you only get what you risk for. And risk is hard. Risk is scary. Risk makes you uneasy. And not all the time does it come out your way. I have failed more than I succeeded. But what I have succeeded at, I feel blessed and fulfilled by. And there's a special kind of pride knowing that I made it happen. Though there's many people who helped me on the way, for sure. And you're going to need those people. Even some people who would never take risks can help you take your risk. And maybe just believing in you is good enough. But I will say to you today, if you are unwilling to risk the life you have, you'll never get the life you want. You not only got to risk your income, sometimes for you to fulfill your dreams, it might mean taking certain people out of your life that are negative, and that's hard because you may love those people, but They're just not encouraging. They're just not on your side. They make you feel bad more than making you feel good. And those things weigh on you when you're trying to do something special, something extraordinary. And there's nothing wrong with a life that takes a paycheck. But if you want an extraordinary life, a life of legend, my friends, is going to take risk. And that is in your control. Your denying of the risk and your denying of the dream is in your control. And the accepting of the risk and the push towards your goals and your dreams is going to take risk. That is also in your control. It is in your control. So let's have a commercial. Hey everyone, it's James Salazar with James Salazar Media. If I can just have a moment of your time to talk about some things that I'm doing and some free things I have for you. Let me talk about my Intellectual Anarchy show, where we engage in extreme truth, extreme common sense, and diversity of ideas, where we talk about philosophy, religion, and politics, because I think they're inseparable from having a successful life. We also have the Brightburn YouTube Academy, where we talk about the belief systems and principles in being an entrepreneur. We also have the James Salazar Media podcast, where we talk about pop culture and politics and futurism. Some free things I have for you. We have the Brightburn Society Facebook group, where you come together with people with like-minded goals, where we maximize your illumination by maximizing your human potential. That's free. You just got to join. I also have a free ebook for you called How to Be Great at Everything You Do Blueprint. Just download that. That is free to you. Also, you can check out my coaching services and my speaking services at jamessalazarmedia.com. Everything will be in the show notes of this video. Also, I have a QR code right here. You can take a picture of that and it will link you to everything I have. So that's all I have to say. This is James signing out. Have a good one. So, let's wrap it up. To those who risk comes the spoils. Right? But not always. Often risking is going to take a lot of time. I would like for risk to be like a one-shot event, and if it didn't work, okay, I'll go back to getting a 9-to-5 job. But sometimes risk means risking for years. And you really got to be truthful to yourself whether you're someone who can do that. I'm someone who can do that because I'm more invested in my freedom than actually any real outcome. Though I'm planning outcomes and I determine success based on those outcomes. At the end of the day, I want to be my own boss. And maybe making less money because I'm risking to make the big money. While I'm trying to do that, there's little money. It's worth it if I can be my own boss. I'm willing to take that risk. And let me tell you something. It's been hard for me. It's been sometimes hard for my families. My friends think I'm crazy sometimes. But it is what it is. And I don't regret the life that I live. Because something in me. My pop told me young, never make money for another man. And I can't unlearn that. And it's like a value I have adopted. And I knew when I adopted that value, it was going to accompany a lot of risks, few wins, and a lot of failures. But those wins can give you an extraordinary life, can give you an extraordinary income, can give you the freedom that you want. Where you're your boss, when you can say to yourself, I don't feel like working today, so I'm not going to work today. I have that freedom. There's risks that come with that freedom. So what risk do you want to take to have the thing that you want? Because not only are you going to have to risk the money and maybe some friendships, and maybe some people do not believe in you, and maybe risk some of your time and some of your pleasures and some of your vacations. But you're going to ultimately have to risk everything you have now to get the thing that you want. You got to be willing to risk all that to get to the place where you envision yourself to be. And if you need life coaching to help you get there, go to jamessalazarmedia.com. We'll get together, and I'll make sure you do it. I'll be on your ass. I'll make sure you do it. There's a risk that comes with that, and a sacrifice. So I think we might be at the end of this series, what you can and can't control. I hope you enjoyed it. I might come up with another one if I think of something I missed, but I think I pretty much covered everything I think is important about what you can and can't control. And I also will come to any of your groups or your synagogues or your churches or your conferences and teach a more rounded, encompassing story, message about what you can and can't control. As you know, the beginning of this series started off as there's plenty in your life that you can't control that will take a lifetime to fix. And you need to be about that. Don't be focusing on things that you can't control, because they will waste your time and they will pull your energy. And if you're just seeing this video, definitely go back and look back at all the other things you can and can't control. It is a lesson that I am constantly learning. Sometimes I start focusing on something that I can't control. Like, well, we just got out of the elections. Some things went what I wanted to happen, and some things didn't. And I can get upset over the things that didn't. But guess what? That's out of my control. I don't live in those states. I can't change those agendas. I can't change those things. So be about what I can control. I can learn more about the issues that are concerning that. And whenever I come into a conversation, then I can be educated and informed. Or maybe change my idea. Maybe I got it wrong. That will come from being smarter. I can control what I learn. I can control what comes out of my mouth. I can control my attitude. I can control my risk. There you go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this series. This is James Salazar signing out of the Brightburn YouTube Academy. Have a good week.